Welcome, guys, and welcome to another Scrappin' Irish live. And probably the only one that can hear me at the moment is Ralph, because he doesn't see any ads. So some people may see some ads at the moment. So Ralph, I guess I'm only talking to you. So welcome in. Good to see you all. Hope you're all having a good Sunday. I hope you all had a good week. It was a great week here weather-wise again, as you can see from my kind of sunburned and brownish head. It was another lovely week of sunshine. Again today, lovely and sunshine. And we're promised good weather for another week. Well, say until next weekend. So try and make the most of that and scrap out all that stuff that I have out in the shed that you would have seen in my last video that I need to get rid of. So, as always, I appreciate you being in. Electronic Scrapper, good to see you. I've seen your video, Electronic Scrapper, very interesting. I must get one of them little power supplies, and I have a lot of low-grade pins. I was looking online, I found like a mesh that I might be able to make a basket out of to hold a copper mesh that might be able to make a basket to hold pins in, so which might work as well. It's a mesh, so to hopefully allow the bits of gold to fall to the bottom and the copper to stay in, or the base metals to stay in the basket. So hopefully that will work. Don't forget the like, guys, to hit that like. Do appreciate it. So what has everyone been up to? What have you guys been up to? What have you been doing? Let me know. What have you been scrapping out? I've been scrapping out. What have I done? Well, you'll see on this week's video, I've done scrapped out some TVs. You'll see on another video, I've done some PCs. I'm trying to get through as much of the scrap that was outside the shed as I can, so I can get to the stuff that's inside the shed. Hey, Simon, welcome in. See you scrapping, welcome in. So I guess Shark must be finished because I had to shoot over. Yes, Shark has finished his live. So good to see you guys dropping in. Appreciate you coming over and seeing what we're all up to. So, guys, what have everyone been scrapping? I always ask this every week. What have you been working on? JR Cats, Ewaste Mike, welcome in. What has I was going to say something there now. Oh yeah, Ralph Morrick. On I think it was on Thursday night. He was on Everyday Solars. We were in the chat, and he said he had his video ready, edited to go and upload it, but I don't see any video yet. Ralph, where is it? Link is there if anyone wants to come up. Hit the like, as I said already, and let me get a drink of Coke so that Shark Scrapper can have a bit more money as well on his shares. So. Can't beat it. Oh, hold on. We have them in the basement. Yo, see, money towards your shares as well.
Yeah, I'm going with coffee today. I don't know why.
You got my name right. How do you all? E-waste Jill. Oh, so I guess that could that be Jill that was on the other, or is it a different Jill? I don't know. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, is that Jill? Is that Jill Petterman, or is that a new Jill?
Is that a new Jill? Not doing the second edit run. So Swan Day. Oh, that's one. Currently refining quite a bit of silver. So as Shark was talking about the silver prices earlier, so Electronic Scrapper is currently refining a lot of silver. So same Jill. There we go. Same Jill. So welcome in, Jill. So that was Jill that was going to give poor Ian a hard time about his oh, my green screen went off funny there. That was Jill that was going to give Ian a hard time about his Papa Smurf look. So if anyone didn't see that video, Ian decided to I don't know what he was doing with the can of paint, but he decided to paint his hands blue, so he looked like a Smurf. You know.
I had that problem when I was scrapping a large format printer one time. I had plastic gloves on, nitrile or something like that, and so I thought I was good to go. Right now I'm scrapping everything out. I didn't realize that I had a couple of small tears in the gloves, and so I get done. and I pulled the gloves off, and I've got Smurf hands. Because not only did the blue ink get all inside the gloves, but then because I was sweating, it just like squished around through all the fingers and just, you know, covered my hands. I mean, I was Smurf hands like there was no
Smurf hands that day. I was saying we have the Florida weather here at the moment. Lovely sunshine. God, you can see by my head all brown and red. We're getting sun here. We've had it now last week, the week before, and we're promised it again this week. So this is brilliant, this weather. So we're not used to having 3 weeks of sunshine in a row here in Ireland, especially in the west of Ireland.
Do your stores even carry sunblock or suntan lotion or that kind of stuff?
But we don't believe in using that. We put olive oil on ourselves, so we can get even
a little more cooking going.
We want to really cook ourselves. Partners, welcome in. Yeah, we really try and cook ourselves. We don't see that much sun, so we get like cooking oil, and we lie out in the garden and we cover ourselves with cooking oil. only joking in case anyone starts doing that. I would not advise putting any sort of oil on yourself and lying in the sun. I would not advise that. Put sunblock on. Factor 50 for us Irish people.
Yeah, when I go out to cut the grass around here or something, man, I've got the bush hat on with the wide brim, the thing coming down my back. I've got a long sleeve, kind of mesh shirt that wicks away the sweat to keep me cool. The long trousers, man, I'm very careful, or I try to be very careful with the sun. And then sometimes I screw it up when I go to a pickup and I forget.
Sharky.
What's up, Parky?
What's the story?
Not much. Just got home a bit earlier than normal.
Are you enjoying the sun over there?
Yeah, enjoying the good weather. Yeah. Well, I'm not a sun worshipper.
Oh, I love the sun.
So I don't expose myself to the solar radiation.
You shouldn't be exposing yourself to anyone. Well, except maybe the wife.
But we don't get that much sun over here. As I said, we get a week here and we get a week there. Or we might get 3 or 4 days together, but you wouldn't usually get like what we're having now, 3 weeks of really good weather, no rain or anything like that. So that's where, as you run about putting on your hats and stuff, Shark, you're used to doing that. Like I walk outside and next thing I might be out in the garden for an hour doing something. Next thing I realize my head is beginning to get hot. And I go, oh, forgot to put on a cap, because usually we wouldn't need to have one on.
Yeah. The joys of being follically challenged.
Yeah. Usually I wouldn't need it, because if it was raining, I didn't have to worry about my hair because I don't have any. So, but the sunshine does affect it. Yes, please do hit that like button. Thank you for saying that. Scrap it all. But
and I still screw it up though, right? I should know better, but sometimes I'll go to a pickup and I'll think, oh, I'll only be out there a few minutes, and then turns out I'm out in the sun for 45 minutes picking up scrap from someplace, and now my head's burned, and I'm like, oh, geez, man, you moron.
Yeah. We had what temperature do we have today? We had 28 degrees Celsius. So what's that? 28 Celsius to ye foreigners with your Fahrenheits. 82.4 we had today. So that was quite hot for Ireland. I think our normal summer temperature would be around this time of year, maybe 16, 17, which would have been about 60s, 70s Fahrenheit, Optimus Prime.
Hey, Dan, Optimus.
And Dan, K&D Scrapping, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. But yeah, it's great to have the weather. It's great to be able to scrap outside, because as you've seen in my last video, my shed is completely full, so I can't scrap in the shed. So it's great that I have the weather to scrap outside at the moment. So today I got a lot of stuff done. Scrapping Irish is solar powered sex machine. That's the real reason we have to be broadcasting. Oh, I only wish, Jill.
Oh man.
Oh God. You're making me blush here now.
There you go. Hey, I'll be back in just a minute. I'll be right back, Irish.
Yeah, no problem. Dan is in the garage scrapping. What are you scrapping out, Dan? Motors? What is it? Fahrenheit, inches and foots all the way. No metric. Stop. It's metric here. I'm European.
We're pretty much metricated here as well. Well, the European Union didn't quite succeed.
No, they didn't
Still
get you on
miles per hour and miles to the
and
gallon.
you still use. Well, you still a lot of places over there will still use inches. I know, that.
Yeah.
Builders. You'd hear builders still saying English builders saying, "Oh, that's 4 foot or 5 foot," or they won't say 1.2 meters, So over here, it's a mixture of both. You'd have some people saying, "Oh, that," when some people say, "Oh, what length is that?" and they measure it out and they go, "Oh, that's 10 foot something," and then other people you'd hear them saying, "Oh, that's 3.2 meters." So over here, you have to know both. You have to know
it's same here. We got to know both.
So it's 28 in Albuquerque. So same here today in Ireland. It was 28 degrees. Now in the car it was reading what was it at one stage? 33. But you can never, when the cars are parked for a while, they always read a bit higher temperature. When they're moving, then the temperature gets to the right one. So
I don't think I've read it that high.
Oh no, we've had very high. Like it was
20s.
Oh no! Today now was like 28, 29 over here, so it was very hot today.
Well,
but it's starting to cool down. They're saying by Saturday.
I live on the East Coast, so it's a bit cooler. Now I'm back in. Now I'm back inland. It's a bit warm and.
Oh yeah, sure. The East Coast of England was very cold compared to the rest. I was watching the weather there, and you're not getting anything.
Oh, it was overcast today as well. But now where I am, the sun is shining. Hardly a cloud in the sky. I'll tell you what. I'll get back into reality. Just give me a moment. Just get back into reality. There you go. I'm in reality, and that's what it's like outside my window.
Yeah, nice and
hardly a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, same here at the moment. There's no cloud, and it's what time? It's 8:10 here in the evening.
Yeah, same here. Yep.
I guess Irish is 6 feet.
And there's only.
What were you doing on the East Coast?
I was out with a caravan. I got
on the same way you've gone on holidays.
Yeah, it's been there since March. So we're going. We're coming home in about 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Ian Matthews has been at a barbecue all afternoon, not fit to appear. So Ian Matthews must have really.
Don't let that stop you.
Made a little pig of himself between alcohol and food. Did you, Ian?
If it's not burnt, scrape off the black bits.
I'd say if it's free, Ian will make the most of it. Did you fill your pockets before you came home, Ian? I couldn't believe what he said in the video. He gives something away for free. And he's saying I should give him some. He was saying I should be giving away stuff in my shed to clear it out. But how dare he give stuff away for free?
Well, you wouldn't just. There'd have to be an ulterior motive, wouldn't there? You'd have to expect something back.
So Jill has had 33 degrees Celsius. So that's hot. That's hot as well.
That's a new one to me, but that says I've been on your life for quite some time.
Yeah, you've been away.
That's it. I've been having weekends away.
Yeah. Oh no, you have to make the most of it when you have the caravan. You make the most of it. Get away for the weekends or whatever.
Well, my partner's over there all the time.
Okay.
But obviously, I've got to come back for work.
That dreaded word, work.
Well, it's not too bad.
You had a bank holiday weekend.
At least I don't have to leave the house. Just to commute down the stairs.
Yeah, it was bank holiday weekend last week for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Bank holiday weekend for us this week. So we're no work tomorrow. So, and usually Monday is my day off, so that means I don't have any work on Tuesday.
You get a day off in lieu?
Yeah, I get Tuesday off instead. So I'm not back to work till Wednesday, which is great.
Oh, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah. So I can make the most of the good weather again. So I'll be getting as much scrapping done again tomorrow and Tuesday before I go back to work Wednesday. So hopefully by Wednesday, I should be able to get back into the shed. That's my... Jill lives in Minnesota. So she's saying she's getting the smoke over from Canada from their fires, I presume.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing they're on about here now. Is they're probably on about same in England, that with such dry weather, they're telling people if they're out at
Yeah, I think we've had some not too far away from me actually. Oh, welcome back, Sharky. Oh, Electronic Scrapper, good question. It's not a brand so much, because I haven't worked on all brands. You know, even though I work on other people's cars beside my own. One car I hated the most was the Beetle convertible. Now normally Volkswagens are fine, but you know, the new Beetle, especially convertible, hateful car. You know, part because some, you know, the convertible specific parts cost more than the hatchback. Some stuff unobtainable new from Volkswagen.
I was going to say, Parkness, what are you going to do when all the cars go electric? Will that like be the end of you working on cars?
It won't happen. Look what's happening in Germany and Italy, kicking off against the you know, the ban on brand new internal combustion engine cars. They've kicked off against it. So
yeah, but they might kick off.
I think there's a chance that it'll get overturned.
But if the manufacturers aren't going making them, you don't have no choice. So, like we'd say, isn't it Toyota? Toyota are gone.
A battery-powered electric car is not the complete solution. You can't just throw away the internal combustion engine.
But it might be the complete solution. But we say Toyota, for instance, Toyota have decided they're not going to do any more petrol-only cars going forward, or diesels. So you don't have a choice.
The problem is the fuel. That's the problem. You change to a fuel that doesn't pollute. You know, no problem with pollution.
Hey, GCR, welcome in. Good to see you.
Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
I only like to fix cars made before 1975. Well, the older cars were easier to work on too.
Well, yeah, they are simpler.
They were made for people to fix them themselves at home. Where now the newer cars are, it's all electronic, so you're going to have all the special computer stuff to tell you where the fault is first, and then you're going to have to.
You need one of these. You need a scan tool.
An OBM or whatever.
OBD.
OBD. That's
onboard diagnostics.
Hey, Skids and Scrap, welcome in. Anyhow, Shark Scrapper, tell me this. You were on about your website.
I do have something from before 1975. As soon as I can find a picture of it, there it is.
Parkness, I'm going to turn you down in a second if you don't be quiet for a minute. I was asking Shark something there. I was saying, Shark, your website, you were saying you handed it over to a new company to look after for you. I was looking at the website there. That you probably when you said that, everyone probably went over looking at your website and stuff like that. And this company, is it just a yearly charge they'll charge you, or is it a one-off charge, or what way is it done with them?
It's a monthly fee.
Oh, monthly fee. Okay, so you pay every month. That's not too bad. And you're finding them good to work for so far, or work with. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way they cleaned up the website for me. Both the part that you all see from the outside when you go look at the edit, it's a little bit cleaner and easier to navigate. And then they've also added some security features and things like that I wasn't able to understand well enough to manage. And if I move towards selling more things from the website, they'll be able to do a much better job of managing the financial transaction and the security that needs to go along with that and stuff. So
that's what I was about to ask. Is your plan is to like have a shop on the website? Is it?
I don't know. I'm really torn on this. Because I get a lot of comments from people saying, oh, you could sell that copper doorknob for $100 or something like that. And then, what happens, and I'm not saying this for the copper doorknobs, but, it's like I'll put something up for sale and it just sits there. Now, granted, that's because I'm doing it on eBay and I haven't tried to push people over to my website. So, I'm probably going to do some playing around with, telling people, hey, if you're interested in buying this vintage PC or this old thing that I found, go check out my website, rather than try to do it on eBay. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I mean, in an ideal world, I'll become so busy and large as a scrapyard, I won't have the time, and I won't need to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about it. So all the people that be coming onto your comments saying, "Oh, you shouldn't scrap out them vintage PCs. We'll buy them." You'll be able to say, "Oh yeah, just go to my website, and there you go. You can buy them from there."
Yeah, and maybe that may still be a good viable thing to do. I don't know. I have to experiment with it and see how it plays out.
Yeah. Or you can send them to the website, and the website then can tell them where you can buy them.
Yeah.
Scrapping, different times, different tools. Times change along with the methods used. Better than the.
Oh, there you go.
The scrap. So one thing about scrapping outside is I find it very draining. So how do you manage, Shark, doing it all year round with the heat? How do you manage in the shark cage with that heat? Have you? Is it just you've got used to doing it now, working in that kind of heat all the time?
Yeah. So a lot of it is acclimation. And last year I bought a large industrial fan. So when I'm not recording, I can have a lot of air moving through to help to keep things a bit cooler. But I found when I've tried to record with the fan on, it sounds like I'm at an airport. I have to turn off the fan if I want to if I don't want to mess up the audio when I'm recording. So, and then things get really hot really fast. And then I just sweat a lot.
I start scrapping now, and I might spend half an hour, and next thing I go, "Oh, it's too hot. I'm going to sit over here for a while." I sit over in the garden then for a while. I put music on, and then maybe an hour later I go and do another bit of scrapping. What are you trying to show us down here? Oh,
Doggo.
Looking for the treats. Looking for the treats. I see Watchgod is doing the tour. Gil Skills. He's been visiting a lot of scrappers. He's been traveling around. I seen he was with Watchgod today, Steel Scrap Kingdom. So he's having he does it every year. I think travels around and sees.
Yeah, he goes to visit Marty every year.
Yeah. It's so it's not something you ever thought about doing, no? Going seeing any other scrappers or just don't have
Not
the time.
really. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mean it to sound snooty, right? That I don't have the time to see them, but I don't have the time to see them. Just busy cranking, right? I mean, I have a hard enough time keeping up with what I got to keep up with. So
Electronic scrapper has one there for your shark scrapper.
Yeah, I've been giving some thought to that, and I keep looking to see if I really keep hoping that somebody's going to put one out on the street for me to pick up.
That was some interesting stuff you found in that guy's moving all the stuff out. I think it was Monday's video, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That was a really interesting pickup. Just all kinds of stuff. And so I've got the stamps here. If I can get the dog out of the way. Yeah, Lulu. Yeah, puppy.
Hey, Paul. Sorry, I missed Paul coming in. Paul Frost, welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
I brought the box with all the stamps just in case anybody had any questions about the stamps that they wanted to ask me. And I'm surprised Ian didn't comment that he would like them so he can reuse them.
I was going to say, what's the oldest stamp there?
Oh, I haven't found the oldest stamp yet.
Okay.
But like this one was Bolivia. And so I just I don't even know what this is who knows what does anybody even know what that is? Wait a minute, let's get the camera to grab it. There you go.
Oh, it's gone again. You have to go again.
Come on.
Put your hand behind it. Put your hand up closer to it. There we go.
There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, let's see. Let's try that.
There we go. Don't move.
Republic of
So I don't even know what that is. That's the Republic Afrique.
Republic of Africa. Is it Central Africa?
Oh, it might be. That could be.
It's obviously a former French colony because it says République d'Afrique, which rhymes in French.
Yeah, so no, that could be. Yeah. Then he had some here. He had a bunch from Europe, so that makes a lot of sense. And I think a lot of these stamps were all in this little thing were from Europe. So,
What did you say, Partners?
Did it say Republique d'Afrique? Is all it says? Does it say anything after it?
Afrique. Oh, and here's Australia.
Obviously, it's one of former French colonies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good. That was good. I hadn't quite figured that one out, so that's good, Parky. And then this is interesting. The way they franked that one, they actually drilled holes in it. Ooh, they put holes in it, so that's cool.
So Matthews couldn't use that one again.
I don't think they drilled them somehow.
He would undrill them, yeah. And then I've got
Probably punched them.
And then here's Singapore, stamp from Singapore. So just really cool.
What's your plan for them stamps? Are you going to try and sell them to a stamp collector, or are you going to just keep them, or what's your plan?
I don't know. I'm not going to keep them. I'm not a stamp collector, right? So,
the proper word for a stamp collector is philatelist.
If somebody reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I collect stamps. I'd be interested in it," we can figure something out.
Yeah, Ian Matthews will say, "I collect stamps. I'd be interested in it because he wants to use them." Not to
First
collect.
I thought you meant the other kind of stamps, the rubber stamps that you use. And
No, not them type.
Now, and unfortunately, because this guy kept them in his shop, which was not air conditioned, some of the stamps are now stuck together.
Oh, show that one actually. Put that up again.
Should try steam. That's what you used to do to open letters. Steam open letters. Maybe
Hey,
German. Hey, Crypto, how you doing? Yeah, Ian. Ian is good at steaming stamps off of stuff, so I could send him to Ian.
Yeah, he can give you a few
How many
pointers.
stamps do you think is there in total?
Oh, at least a couple hundred.
That's cool. So, what was the best thing you found in there? Do you think yourself? What was the thing that you found the most interesting out of all that stuff you picked up?
The NASA thing that I haven't figured out yet. Remember that part that I showed in my short that has a NASA part number written on it?
Mm-hmm.
That to me is the most interesting because I have no idea what it is.
What you call is saying there, Ralph, that he was getting disconnected. I lost my internet in the middle of Shark stream. I just everything went off. So I had to go down, reset the internet box. That didn't work. So then I had to use my phone as a hotspot so I could get back on, and then the internet came back on about a few minutes later. So I don't know. I think, and someone else was saying in Shark's thing that they lost the internet during it as well. So it was it's weird that the internet keeps dropping out. Maybe it's the heat. The solar heat is affecting it.
And then here's this is interesting. Circuit diagram.
What's that?
It's a circuit diagram or something.
He kept every sort of thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a circuit diagram as such. It's probably a diagram of the actual circuit board. It shows you where all components go on board.
Yeah, I mean it's a board diagram. RF and IF board, and that says print side. Printed in Germany.
No year, no.
Interesting. It was printed in Germany, so. And I've seen, it's interesting because as when I was working with manufacturing engineers, at the last company I worked at, of course, they're doing all this basically on software. It's like CAD for circuit boards. And so not only, are they able to lay out the actual, the circuit part for the functional logic of the board, but they're also able to lay out physical size and do heat considerations and things like that. So that's pretty cool.
It's good. Jesus Christ, looks like an inventory of Ian's shed.
No, he just has stuff piled up.
I can't talk about sheds.
Background.
I was going to say there's somebody that cannot throw stones right now.
Yeah, I can't throw stones about sheds. I can't even get into mine.
So here's something that you will never see. If you ever get an envelope from Ian Matthews, you will never see that more than one stamp.
Yeah, Ian had tried to put half a stamp on if you could get away with it.
Is that Mexican?
Anyways, Mike, welcome,
Whoa,
sir.
Mike.
Now, but the other thing that was interesting that I found when I was going through this, I've already pulled a bunch of it out. He was a soldier in World War II, and so he had. They used to have letters that they could write something on the letter, folded a certain way, so that they were all the same size from all the different soldiers, so that they could expedite sending stuff back to the U.S. So his wife kept a bunch of these, and you could see where they had marked out, the censor people had marked out information that he shouldn't have put in the letter, and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool.
I remember seeing a public information film about that. Where they were redacting letters.
Yeah, I set that stuff aside because I want to see if he wants it back. He may have forgotten that it was in some of the boxes that he had left behind. So,
Mike looks like he's got plenty of heat there at the moment. You look a bit hot and sweaty, Mike.
Ain't too bad.
What's the temperature?
It's only 80 degrees today.
Oh, well, we had what today? You said it's only 80. We had 82, and it was like the hottest temperature around.
The last 4 days we were in the low 90s.
What's the humidity like? That's the killer. The humidity is the killer.
Terrible.
Yeah. With high humidity, it's just like harder to work in it. But if it's lower, it's not.
That's one reason you need AC, not just for cool, but for removing humidity.
Well, that's like down in Vegas. Down in Vegas, it was like when I was there last time, it was like 40 degrees Celsius, which was 100 and something, but didn't feel like that because there was no humidity. It was just dry heat. But then you go to where it's only 20 degrees and it's full of humidity and just like torture.
Where was that at?
Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I was in Vegas one time and it was 123.
Well, what happens in Vegas?
So I can remember being over in around Iraq and those places, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, great, it's 120, but it's a dry heat. Yeah, but it's still freaking hot."
But when you're walking, it's hot, but you're not like just like gasping for air because it's not full of humidity. And then you go, it's the humidity that you're just walking like it's torture. With the dry heat, it's hot, but it's I don't know. The humidity kills me. It's not the heat. UK.
Yeah, but it's really hot when you burn your hand on the hull of the ship because the ship, just the steel has gotten so damn hot that you burn your hand touching it. That's hot.
It's hot when you can fry an egg on the front of your car, on the bonnet of your car.
Yeah, well, we actually we messed around doing that, cooking eggs on the deck and stuff like that. It's you gotta. You have to do it once or twice just to say, hey, I could cook an egg on the deck of the ship.
Yeah. Get a black car bonnet on a hot day. That's going to be hotter than anything else because the black draws the heat into it. So crack an egg on it and fry an egg on the bonnet of your black car.
Well, I don't have anything black.
Is that rough on the paint?
Put some watchguard on it, non-stick spray.
Teflon. Oh, a bit
Ian
of
Matthews is
olive
put on
oil.
there, and Larson, he has become the K9 Undertaker, according to his video. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, Ian had to bury the neighbour's dog for them. But Ian thought the neighbour was getting the dog cremated, so he thought it was only going to be a small hole. But then he discovered she wasn't getting the dog cremated, and the dog was a big dog, so he had to dig a big hole.
What breed? Rottweiler.
Well, Ian would exaggerate it anyhow. Ian reckons he was as big as a rocking horse.
German. Oh, Akita.
So you can't believe Ian. He was probably a little Shih Tzu or something, you know.
Well, Mike knows
the
about
one you
that.
crossbreed with a poodle.
That's what he said he had to do. He had to dig a 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot hole. So
Mike has a bunch of bodies buried in his backyard.
yeah, Mike has buried a lot of pets in the backyard.
Pet cemetery.
He's cremating one as we speak.
Yep, there goes the fur.
Well, I hope Earl's not one of them.
Smoking, baby.
What are you removing the copper from them? Is it?
Yeah, taking all these.
Smoky.
Oh yeah. Taking the copper plates off the back.
I've already pulled 28 pounds of copper off these today.
Oh, no
All
slouch.
right, Chico, go get mommy.
Weekends are copper. Rest of the week is whatever.
She was done with Dad.
I don't blame her.
Well, she heard Mike on about
But
cremating
it's a
pets.
chihuahua he had to bury.
Off. So shit. But yeah.
Do they think the Rottweilers are chihuahuas?
So my sister used to have horses, and it was a good thing my dad had a tractor with a backhoe, because we've had to bury a couple of horses. That's a big hole.
I was going to say that would take some digging.
Can't send
No.
them off to abattoir or something. They'll make them into glue.
Oh yeah, I was going to say turn them into a jar of glue. You can bury the jar of glue.
Oh, what is it?
Well, and when you have
That's
property
really-
that backs up on conservation land, you got to make sure you put them deep enough that it doesn't attract, the wild dogs and things like that, sniffing around and trying to dig them up again. So
What's that? I had a camera inside a lorry, and it would get to 147
quick look at her
Fahrenheit.
channel. She was a trucker in the previous life.
Yeah, I was going to say you could cook your dinner in there. 147. Have a steak left on the
Greenhouse.
seat, and it'll be cooked when you come back.
Yeah, but that sounds normal for Texas.
There's Mike now doing his little.
A nice junk.
hello, nice junk.
Hey, nice junk. Welcome in.
Presume that nice junk's Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian.
Yeah.
Or it could be from California.
No, I thought it was California
No.
as well, but I know it's Canadian.
No, according to his about page, he's from Canada.
Yeah, no, I was joking.
Tell you, I haven't seen for ages. Evie, talking about Canadians. Evie.
Oh, she's busy
Yeah.
looking after her mother and all that sort of stuff as well. Because
Yeah, well, that's it. You got priorities take
oh no, it's family. As I always say before,
absolutely.
YouTube and that sort of stuff will always be here when you come back to it. Family
Yeah.
has to.
Well, I'm
has
all
to-
right. I've got content right till beginning of August. Because I've been shooting quite a few videos. I've just been releasing one a week, so I've got content all the way through to beginning of August.
Mike is having a struggle there. This does not want to give in to him.
I'm getting medieval with blowtorch.
Hey, take it easy, JR Cat.
I feel the Beavis and Butthead moment coming on Fire, fire, fire.
Plant those bushes. Blueberry pancakes with J. Cat next year.
Well, I have strawberries. So if you've seen in my video, I planted strawberries. And
Yeah.
my neighbor had a mint bush. My neighbor has a mint bush, so they said when strawberries come, we can have the strawberry daiquiris, and they'll supply the mint leaves. Not being here and there, but to see you. No, that's no problem, Crypto. As I said before, everyone has stuff on. I don't expect anyone
I've
to.
been on for a while.
You know, when people come in, they come in. When they don't, they don't. I'm not going to be saying, "Oh, you haven't been here for ages." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like isn't it?
You know, it's
Some of us do have a life outside of YouTube.
Yeah, people have lives outside of YouTube. I have a life outside of YouTube.
Yeah,
everyone has a life outside of YouTube. So, you know.
Although crypto, I would like to know what color your hair is right now.
Oh, she was on. I was watching last weekend. She was on. What's his name? Tim's.
Tim.
Right. So you could have seen her hair there. She has. What color was it last week? Now I'm trying to think. Was it reddish? No, it wasn't red. Was it? Was she red? Was she? I can't remember. That's the Alzheimer's set me in. 5 weeks, a nice chunk was here. I wasn't counting.
You have slept since then, to be fair.
What did you say?
I said you have slept since then, to be fair.
A few times.
Yeah.
I've been at work.
maybe more.
But yeah, a nice chunk goes. It was 5 weeks since he was here.
Red. It is red.
It was red. See.
Oh, I remember that one time she had I don't know if it was her stream or Tim's, and a mother come on.
Yeah, so my memory wasn't too bad. I don't have Alzheimer's after all. I was correct. It was red. And Shark, tell me this. I haven't looked at this week at all. And copper prices, what are they doing this week? What are they like this week?
I don't know. Let's look.
Because I haven't looked at all this week at copper. Because I know I was wondering what would have happened the price now that the debt ceiling has been raised in America, that you've come to an agreement over there. Has it affected copper prices or anything like that? Has it made copper drop again?
Oh, let's see. Copper. So copper is up a little bit.
Oh.
In the 24-hour chart. And
oh, there it is. I was here. What has just appeared at the bottom of my screen? Then here it is.
So here's the 24-hour. So it's up a bit, and then here's the 30 days. So you can see that it was dropping, but now it's starting to pick up again here.
Okay, so it's up a bit. Okay.
Yeah, let's go down and see what happened to the inventory.
Yeah.
So let's see, 30 day inventory. So inventory is climbing.
Well up, yeah.
Inventory is climbing. Kind of looks like it might be settling out a little bit. That could just be a little bit of a momentary. But still, the prices were recovering. So that suggests that production is picking up. If prices are going up and inventory is going up at the same time, then that means production must be going up. And they're otherwise we wouldn't see prices starting to recover.
Yeah. Must be that. I see Ralph Morrick is on his what did I say? Just over 30 minutes still going for third edit run. So he's trying to edit his video. So and his he was meant to do that before now. Come on, Ralph, what are you at? Oh, that's right. There's a new game out, I think, for him. But you have to remove that now again, Shark, because if I remove it down at the bottom of the screen, you'll get knocked off. There you go. because I've learned that from the last time I was doing something.
You kicked yourself out or something, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I kicked myself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I hit remove, if you share something on the screen and then if I try to remove it here, it just knocks me completely out. It was over 47 minutes for the first run. Hey, Christopher, welcome in. Just got back from scrap pickup.
4K or something.
Pipe, cast iron bathtub, and took 3 choice. So he's like, he just got back from a scrap pickup. Yeah. So I was going to say that would be a big a cast iron bathtub. You wouldn't lift that on your own into your pickup. No chance.
Those things are heavy.
They do weigh. What's your plan? Is it to sell it, or because there does be buyers for them old cast iron bathtubs? The people who are doing up apartments in a certain style look for the old cast iron ones and stuff like that. Sometimes you might get a good resale value, or is it just to bring it to the scrapyard, Christopher? What's the plan? You know?
I always think it's interesting to watch Phil. When he finds an old cast iron tub and he goes at it with a maul and tries to to break it down into manageable chunks that he can carry out of the building.
Just drop it out the top window of the apartment block.
There you go.
It'll be in smaller, manageable pieces when it lands on the ground.
Either that, or there'll be a big hole in the ground,
or someone will be squished under it, something like that. Someone will be squished under it. Sorry, just checking something there, guys. I was just because I was just uploading my own video there, so I was just telling you it's uploaded for Thursday. So that's okay. No, going to the scrapyard tomorrow morning. So what else are you bringing, Christopher, to the scrapyard? Is it just that, or are you saving your copper, cashing in your copper? I'm gonna have to start stripping my copper wire this week now while the weather's good as well. I think a lot of that wire that I've got out there, I'm gonna try and strip that before it turns, because once it starts to rain here again, it won't know when to stop. That's the problem. It'll just keep going. Oh, gold pins! Look at
that. Mike, you can be such a tease.
I've already thrown about 50 of these in the shred pile.
Oh, gee, I knew he was going to say something like that. I'm already throwing them away.
I'll go get them and show you. They're all in a bucket out there.
Here,
let me be scrapping Irish. Oh, I got one.
Oh, Mike. Watch God, Skids and Scrap wants to ask something there. What's he wants to ask? If I may ask, how does everyone handle those moments when you look at scrap to be processed and they feel unwell? Keep in mind, I don't drink. As E. Matthews would say, the only way to handle this, one bite at a time. Just start and do what you can. Don't be trying to get it all finished in one go. Like, if that's my advice. Anyhow, don't. It can be overwhelming. I'm looking into my shed and it's overwhelming at the moment. But look, I've taken so much out, and when I get that stuff scrapped, I'll take so much more out and I'll scrap it, and eventually, I hope, before more scrap arrives in, that I'll have the shed cleared out, because I know there's more coming. So it's that kind of thing. Could you use Ian to breathe on his scrap and save him lots of bottle gas money? Yeah, sharks give the same answer to me. One bite at a time. Okay, so close the door. Resolved to do it tomorrow. Pooh's mate, are you one of those people that keep saying, I get to that tomorrow?
Put off today what you can do tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's so much being pushed off to tomorrow. How are you, shark? Not you. There's something else there I was going to look at. Yeah, pig. Yeah, no, that's the thing about, well, hobbyist scrappers are notorious for leaving stuff for another day, where the likes of Shark and EOS Mike will just plow through stuff quicker because you just won't, like, hobbyist scrappers will be breaking stuff down and making it smaller. You just go, yeah, I've broken that down before, not enough in there to make it worthwhile, into the shred.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes I've had those intervals when I've walked in the shark cage, excuse me, and I look at it and I say to myself, "Oh my God, this is looking like Ian's shed." And so then it's just like, get stuff out of here, and I'll get stuff out and I'll have some room made, and then I'll get a call for another great big load or something like that. So that's but that's the nature of the game, right?
Welcome
Hey,
back.
Bill, how's it going, man? Great to see you here, bud.
Yeah, welcome back, sir. Hope everything is good with you. Don't forget to hit the like, guys, as you come in. I always say it, but don't forget to do it. What's that? Oh, copper. Look at that nice copper. These are water to cool it down. Go on, put it in.
These things add up real quick.
How many pounds have you done, did you say, so far?
With these, about 30.
Not bad.
Here. I weighed all these up. The whole container was 86 pounds. This is already almost 30 pounds. It's like 29 pounds in here. And this ain't even half full.
And what way would your scrapyard grade that as?
Number 2.
Number 2, yeah, okay.
Yep. But they're heavy. Especially this. This in here actually weighs a half a pound. Just that. So I'm gonna, Shark, you're not gonna believe this, but I read an article. You all right, buddy?
No way.
Yeah. All 3 words.
Was it a lot of pictures?
It was 3 words. It said shark scrapper sucks, so I had to read it. Now it said the title of it is Copper the New Silver.
Oh, okay.
So I started reading it and I got bored and never finished it. So I don't know if it's gonna be new silver or not.
Well, if it is, it's always good to have a nice bucket of number 2.
I got about 1,200 pounds of motors too. I got to do.
Dan said just throw it in the shred bucket and have done with it.
Oh, I'll do it, Dan. Hold on a minute. Here you go, Dan. And here's the shred bucket. Done.
Let's change from just throwing it over your shoulder like I normally do.
Yeah.
Have you got all the basement?
Oh, what happened to my camera? My camera went off.
Well, he's going taking it out of the shred bucket.
Yeah, I was moving it back over to the copper bucket.
What's behind your hand there, I was going to say, have you taken everything out of your basement now, Mike, or is it still work in progress? Have you cleared out the basement yet?
No. I'll do a video for the basement. No. I've been
find a lot of e-waste where you threw behind your back.
Oh, a lot of gold plated stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to find a lot of that thrown behind you.
I've been trying to go through it and sort it out, like the electrical stuff in one thing, and I found buckets of wire, and it's just, I don't know, it's a mess.
Watch God said, Jill said, now, EOS Mike, you have me thinking the bucket ain't full till it breaks.
It'll break. The buckets are kind of cheesy.
Or you can't fit any more in.
Well, here's my new thing now. Now I'm on barrels. I'm trying to fill up barrels. So that's my new thing.
But Irish, the most important thing is he found the Shark Scrapper T-shirt that he threw in the back of the basement a while back. So
I did.
The rest of it doesn't matter.
Yep. And I took a Sharpie, and right with a shark logo, I put a big X across the shark logo. I'm just gonna, Sharpie it out so you can't see it.
Nice Trump got his first super thanks today from Scrapper Brad, so that's pretty cool for you.
There you go.
There you go.
I love
Hey,
you,
Mike, was it one of these, Mike? Was it one of these shirts?
No, it was a shitty blue one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wasn't it?
Well, you did buy it, Mike. So why did you buy the blue one? Why didn't you buy a different color one?
I felt sorry for the guy. That's the only reason I bought the thing in the first place.
Well, I want you to know that I put that 5 cents to good use.
Well, that's all that matters.
Put that 5 cents to good use.
That's all that matters. Yeah, I got a bunch of gold jewelry here for you too, Irish, if you want it.
Oh, look at that.
A whole
Is
bunch-
that real gold or is it like Ian Matthews' Rolex? Like,
No, this is real gold. This is all like 14 and 10K shit.
well, why don't you bring it to one of them cash for gold places and just cash
So,
it?
it's on a tread bucket like that.
You
know what?
I have the gold Rolex that Ian Matthews.
Yeah, why don't you take that to one of them gold buying places and see what you get?
Yeah, they'd have me arrested for fraud.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna take it when gold was over 2,000, and I got busy and forgot about it. So it's all right. I have it sitting right here next to my e-waste or my everyday sellers little coaster thing she made me. So it's all right.
Gold prices today. What are gold prices today? Have they gone up or down? What are they at? Oh, it's down. Down $28. Is it?
You notice it always goes down when Shark does his stupid little charts and shit. The next day, gold goes down.
Yeah, it's down $28 now.
Yeah, I have that influence on the market.
Now
Yeah.
look, the 2 weeks that he didn't live stream, gold was over $2,000. Now look. Put it together, people. Scumbag.
Yeah, that's me, man. Affecting the markets all over the world.
Yeah, just be like me. Just hold it. Don't bother selling it anyhow. Just keep it. Keeping my copper, keeping my aluminium, and keeping my gold. Keeping my silver when I start processing that. And then I'll probably die and never get to spend it. What does everyone think the effects on the scrap market would be? Well, the electrical vehicles, we've had this conversation loads of times. Even poor old Parkness head is about to explode now when I start again about electrical cars. I've been seeing along copper prices really bombing at the moment because of all the electric cars that are being manufactured by all the manufacturers worldwide. But copper prices aren't, and I just don't understand why they're not ballooning. Because there's more electric cars being made this year than there ever has been made, and they're all buying copper for the motors. So why is copper prices not going higher and higher? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Well, Ralph said no one's being forced. Well, they're not being forced, but they are being forced because if all the car manufacturers are only making electric cars, you have no choice. So if you need a new car, what do you do?
So there's a lot of people that are buying used cars. So the used car market is going crazy.
Yeah, the price of used cars is very high.
Yeah. And, I think there's still some shaking out that has to go on with battery technology. But yeah, we'll see it transition more and more. I don't know how many manufacturers are going to go to all electric and just, not make any more internal combustion engine cars. So it'll be interesting to see if that does in fact happen, but I'd be surprised. I think there'll always be some car companies that are making internal combustion engine cars.
Well, they'd be the smart ones because there's always people who are going to, like, if I had my way, I would never change to electric car. I would always prefer a combustion engine car. So if there's only one manufacturer doing it, he'll have the market. If the rest are full to stop, What you call there? Earl left that comment. I like that comment, Earl. Like the daily goal is process something every day. Yeah, that's what my plan is. But then I come home in the evening from work, and next thing I sit down after having the dinner, and I start watching something on TV, and next thing I realize it's 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I go, can't go to the shed now making noise, the neighbors won't be happy. So if I don't do it before I eat, I won't do it after I eat. That's what happens to me.
So, Poos, I see your comment. One of the things that's interesting here, as I talk to the car dealers, the folks that deal with new car sales here in the U.S., they've been telling me that and this is pretty historic. This challenge is the manufacturers, pick one, let's say Ford, and Ford will decide we're going to make a whole bunch of a certain type of car and push that out to the dealers to sell. And then so the dealers are forced to try to move that particular kind of car. And it's funny because, I'll go to my weekly business networking meeting, and the guy that has one of the car dealerships here in town will say, I know that you all want pickup trucks, but I've got a whole bunch of these, whatever the sedan is. Now I can make you a really good deal.
So that's the one that Ford wants them to push.
Yeah. So, I think that aspect has been going on, for a long time with car dealerships. The manufacturers just send them a whole bunch of a particular kind of car, and they're stuck with it. They got to sell it, right? They got to get rid of it. So it's a tough one. And I think about this frequently. When would I shift to an electric truck? And I'm in no hurry. I don't want to be one of the first timers on this. I'm going to wait and let the technology play out for a bit, let the charging infrastructure play out. Because for what I do and what I need the Sharkmobile for, I just don't think the electric trucks are ready to do that yet.
Yeah, but again, the other side of it is it's great having whatever we say, it's telling everyone they have to get electric cars, but if you don't have the infrastructure then for charging them up, I seen their videos of there over the Christmas, wasn't it? There was in certain places only 2 charging points, and there might have been 10 cars waiting to be charging up, and you just have to wait there in a queue to be charged up. It's not like a petrol station where you just drive in and drive off. It's going to take a lot longer to charge a car up than it does to fill it up with fuel. So that's until that is sorted out too. That's an issue. The charging points, the lack of charging points, in certain locations, because within certain parts of America, I've seen an article. Certain parts of America, for instance, there was America they were talking about had 1 charger for every 10 electric cars in that state, which is very good. Then another state has 1 charger for 200 per 200 electric cars. So it's going to be a big issue, the charging points, I think. Anyhow, hey, Copperbuck Recycling, welcome in. Good to see you.
Yeah, I think it'll pick up just like when gasoline, the internal combustion engine was introduced to cars, right? It took a while before there were gas stations on every block. Eventually that'll happen. The other big thing that I've been reading articles on is homeowners associations here in America pushing back on installing charging points in your house. And some of the HOAs are saying that they're not safe, that they're afraid of car fires from recharging the batteries. And that's because they've seen the video of a electric car burning, and they haven't paid attention to the statistics that show how infrequently electric cars catch fire. Now, when they catch fire, it's a hell of a fire, but they're not catching fire in greater numbers than internal combustion engine cars. So, we've just got some growing pains. We'll have to deal with it, right?
And there's one in the Netherlands. They have 5 charging points per electric car, so they're the opposite. They have more charging points than cars, which is good.
And that's what you're going to need. You need that kind of infrastructure for people to feel comfortable having that kind of technology.
Yeah, because then at least if you're buying an electric car and you go, well, if I'm going on a long journey, at least I know there's a good few electric points on the way that I can pull in and charge up on. Who did I see coming in? Bruce, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Brother, I was getting electric Qualbone, not going new car. He wants different electric company rates for meters hookup. It'd be interesting to see then what's going to happen with governments who I don't know what it is in America with the duties on fuel. The duties here on fuel in Ireland, a litre of petrol or diesel, I think 60% of it is duty, taxes and stuff like that of the price at the
Yeah.
pump.
Same
So
here.
what's
Yeah.
going to happen when they're not getting that duty and they have to find the tax somewhere else? So that's going to be
That's going to be a big question. Yeah, that's going to be a real big question because that's how a lot of the highways and roads are maintained and things like that is from gasoline tax.
yeah.
So how are you going to recover that tax to maintain the infrastructure to keep, to make it to have safe roads and such? So that's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be big changes coming along, but the Irish look at as Ralph said earlier, you just have to adapt or fail. That's it. You adapt or die. That's what he said. So when every generation something new comes along and you get a certain amount of pushback against this new technology, and then in 10 years' time you'll be saying, what was all that pushback about? Why were people concerned?
Yeah.
Look, when electricity came out first, everyone was afraid of electricity in their houses. They didn't want it in their houses. They would, this is a terrible thing, this electricity in your house, blah, blah, blah. And now you'll be looking back and saying, what was wrong with people?
Well, and it's a shame that Ian isn't up on the panel because he could tell us about those days.
when electric first arrived, the power grid in Ireland. Well, that's the other side. Power grids do need upgrading big time. Here in Ireland, it's the same thing. They're upgrading the power grids constantly. It's not just because of electric cars. It's because of the amount of data centers that we have here in Ireland now. Big companies like Facebook, Amazon, a lot of their data centers for yours set up in Ireland because of the usual lower temperature. Not at the moment we have higher temperatures, but usually we'd have cooler temperatures than a lot of countries. So a lot of data centers are set up in Ireland because of that. So and they use I think at the moment a fifth of all the electricity in Ireland is used by data centers. So that's just like a crazy amount of electricity being used by just one part of industry. I think it is. Let me just see what percentage. I think it's someone was saying 20%, was it? What?
And as far as how cars will get scrapped, I have to believe that because I'm looking at it right now. Like I want to get into the lithium battery scrapping business, and if I want to get into that, what kind of investments am I going to have to make, and how would that work? Because now when a car comes in for scrap, you put it up on a lift, you drain the gas, you drain the oil, you drain the coolant, and once the liquids are drained, then you can either pull parts or you crush it. So with a battery powered car, you'd put it up on a lift, remove the battery. Now you've just got the same thing that you would have if with any other car. So some electric cars have coolant for batteries, don't they? I think Tesla's the batteries are liquid cooled.
Yeah, here's one I was going to say on the data centers in Ireland. The figure shows that 14% of electricity is now consumed by data centers in Ireland, and only 12% is consumed by rural homes in Ireland. And they expect that to rise to 30% of electricity being used by data centers by 2030 in Ireland.
Yeah.
So that's like we've an awful lot of data centers. Like we've huge ones for Amazon, eBay, Facebook. They're all here. Google.
Do you have a lot of nuclear power plants there? How do you generate most of your electricity?
Not one nuclear power plant in Ireland.
Not one. Oh, okay. All right.
We do not have nuclear power in Ireland. So our electricity is from wind, waves, and burning fossil fuels.
Okay.
Burn coal.
Well, it used to be turf, but stuff like that. Here. Peat, turf. We call it turf. You call it peat. But it used to be that, and then because of the amount of carbon that releases into the environment by cutting that peat, they've decided to phase that out. And then turn to more renewable, but I don't know how they're going to do it. Bruce Napier. I remember people complaining when they would see someone mobile phone, and so yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ralph. When mobile phones came out first, people were, oh no, that's bad for you. It's this, it's that. Now everyone has a mobile phone. Everyone from 80-year-olds down to 10-year-olds have mobile phones. So it's simple as that. Time changes everything.
Yeah, and I remember there was the big thing that mobile phones were causing brain cancer.
Yeah. That was the big thing. Don't be putting the mobile phone up to your ear and put it on loudspeaker and hold it away from yourself. It's
Or you get fried by microwaves.
Yeah. Oh, the microwave. Yeah, when the microwave came out first, that was it as well. People were afraid to have them in their houses. Oh no, I'm not putting one of them into my house. It'll. I read, or my neighbor told me it'll give you cancer and this and that. It's like.
I think Jim Carrey said it in Ace Ventura. Your last scene. You've got the phone and she says, "Be careful, you might get a tumor or something to that effect."
And then everyone took it as gospel.
That were in '90s.
Yeah. Oh, that Jesus! Ralph was on it tonight. Yeah, 5G was a thing a couple of years.
I thought 4G
came out. 5G was 5G is going to fry you. That's right.
Oh yeah, no, it was 5G, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was that conspiracy bullshit, wasn't there?
I mean, there was a little bit of legitimacy to 5G around airports because it was so close to some of the air traffic control spectrum. But that was, that's manageable, and they're getting that resolved.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of legitimacy to that, but that was way overblown.
Well, they were burning down 5G masts left, right, and center. I had a Fred Flintstone car, the 6-4 Impala convertible. Solved that problem by welding new floors into it. Welding new floors into them. The Fred Flintstone. Yeah, back in I remember having cars like that, and you'd be driving along, and next thing you go over a puddle of water, and next thing your feet would be wet because there was holes in the floor. There were back in the day there was no such thing as car tests or any of that carry on. You could drive around, didn't matter if it was held together by strings, shoelaces holding the doors closed. The place for your wind and driven to your stage.
I have found it interesting as I've been looking at the battery recycling industry, and seeing how lithium batteries are being recycled, and so it is kind of interesting, the potential for that recycling, and it it's like anything, you've got to be careful with it because if the battery hasn't been fully discharged, you've got a fire potential, and then even after it has been discharged, you've still got some fire potential. So you've got to handle it a bit more carefully than you would say lead or something like that. It's just really fascinating that there are people that are. I mean, there's technology available to recycle lithium batteries. It just needs to mature along a bit more, and there needs to be more of it. Because one of the biggest things that these articles have talked about is that right now the biggest cost for recycling lithium batteries is the transportation cost to get the batteries to a place where they can be recycled.
Yeah, Alexander Smith, welcome in. Will it ever get to a stage you think that we will get paid for our batteries, Shark? Do you ever think we're going to get to a stage where people will be buying the batteries from scrappers like they do with the lead acid batteries? Do you think we'll be able to ever sell them?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. because right now most places aren't paying for them because they don't have a recycle market for them. There's a reuse market for certain types, and they'll buy those. And it's they still haven't quite crossed that economically feasible line with recycling. But once they cross the economically feasible line, then yeah, I would see scrapyards starting to buy. But I think scrapyards are going to have to make some investments in a little bit different way of handling material than what they do right now. Because you can't just stack up a bunch of lithium batteries the way you would brass or copper or steel, that gets brought in. You've got to have it stored in such a way that it's that should it catch fire, it's not going to burn down your whole plant,
Yeah.
And then you have to have the facility itself has to be managed so that should it catch fire, you can put that localized fire out quickly. So I don't think we'll see the general scrap yards dealing with it as heavily as as a more specialized yard, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, as you were saying, there might be only one yard in a state that might be looking after it. It won't be everything. It might be something like that,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Then-
But they're just going to have to be more careful with it than what they are doing right now. I mean, I've been reading some articles where they have extra warnings for people that are operating metal shredders, because if somebody accidentally leaves a battery in something and you put it through your metal shredder, it might explode.
Yeah, well, same with the bin trucks going around collecting them. Even you're told not to make sure you've no lithium batteries in your bins, so that when the truck tips them in and they compress everything up, it doesn't cause a fire in the bin trucks. I've seen bin trucks go on fire, and I think it was Matthew saying that the first thing they're told to do if you have one of the fires is tip everything out of the truck, tip it all out, and that's it. Drive your truck away and let it burn on where it is.
Well, I think they call the fire department.
They call the fire department.
They find a place to tip it out and call the fire department to put it out. But I mean, most trash trucks, the commercial grade trash trucks, these things are built to take a beating. I mean, they're tough, and so if the driver does what they're trained to do and they dump it into an empty parking lot or something like that, it's dealt with. But yeah, that's we're gonna have to figure it out. So it's an interesting thing to study.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing I like. What e-waste scrapping I find is the lithium batteries, what to do with them when you have them, and how to get rid of them and in a safe way, and how to store them. I'm loading up now. Let's get the scrap said. When you start taking lithium batteries, he's coming straight to you, Shark.
Well, I'm not quite ready for it yet. I've got some research to do here first. I've just started scratching that itch.
Watch called See You Scrapping says his yard just had a lithium fire last week. Someone threw a battery into the shred. So there we go. Well, the only advantage of it in the shred is it wouldn't burn too much, really, would it? If it's in with the steel and stuff like that, it's not going to.
Well, I tell you what, we had a fire at the shred pile at one of the yards here, the big shred pile, and I mean, it took them hours to put that fire out.
I suppose, yeah, because I just see you bringing in a lot of. We'd say you'd have chairs which would have fabric on it, but you still have enough steel to make it counted still to take it as shred, like. So all that fabric would burn and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, and plastic, and then there's folks that don't drain the gas out of lawnmowers and generator, old motor generators, things like that. And so now you've got gas.
And there's a lot of oils in stuff as well, lubricating oils and stuff on steel. So I can see how it would do a lot. Oh, we have a beep in the basement. Oh, it's Ralph. He must have got his editing done.
Hello. Yes, editing finally done.
Congratulations.
So when will the video be out?
Takes
I
a
now
bit
have
of
to
time.
upload it, but I thought now that my editing software is no longer running, I can go on panel. Because even though it's a new PC,
I was
it's
going to say that, yeah.
So you
yeah.
haven't got the power, Ralph.
yeah.
I can render and come up on panel at the same time.
I probably can, but I don't want to risk something going wrong in the rendering because for some reason.
I've already taken. I did it on my previous PC.
Okay.
With new hardware, it can handle it. I know it can handle it.
I was going to say, what software are you using, Ralph?
It's called OpenShot Video Editor.
Oh, yeah.
It's free.
Oh,
That's the
I'm gonna say
best.
it's one of the free ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
gee,
started,
Well, free's good.
imagine that Ralph is using something that's free.
well, when I started this whole YouTube mess, I had no idea how to edit. So I was like, okay, now I have a video that's like 45 minutes long because it was like one consecutive filming and there was a lot of nothing in there in one of my very first videos. And I was like, how do I make this shorter? There's no options in Windows Media Player to cut and paste. And I don't know, free editing, video editing software. And that was the first thing that came up. I clicked on it. I thought, okay, let me see how this works. And then you drag a file in there and then it turns into a bar and you play it and pause there, cut. Let it play, pause there, cut. Away with the middle part and smash the two pieces together. That's all the editing I did for many years. It's basically all I do now. So, but
if you're just doing basic editing,
a
free one will be.
It does.
Yeah,
there's no watermarks or anything, and it records in 1080p at 30 frames. I'm not Steven Spielberg. I don't need to 4K HDR and whatever.
I'm going to get another drink of Coke to add to the share price. So give me a minute.
I'm still on Pepsi. This is the last one. So after this, I'm back on cola again. Coca-Cola.
Hey, it's not your fault. They didn't have Coke, so not your fault, man.
No, it's the supermarket. Well, we had a bit of a strike going on with the supermarkets because people were requesting more pay, which they deserve because all the people backstage basically do all the hard work, and they get very little appreciation and compensation for it.
Never again. Been there and done it all. Burnt the t-shirt.
You worked at the grocery store, Parky?
Yeah, well, it was night shift at a supermarket.
Yeah, stocking shelves, stuff like that.
Yeah,
the logistics behind it, basically.
Yeah. Shelves.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. And I've read all these nightmare stories. Especially people in places like Walmart and Target.
What do you mean? There's some of the classiest people around at Walmart.
People getting mistaken for employees when they're wearing sort of a t-shirt that got Satan on it and wearing jeans.
What?
Honestly, I kid you not, Ralph. There's this YouTube channel. It's called Dark Fluff. It's stories about entitled people and I don't work here, and it's nightmare stories. the mostly in the States, and
that's where the stupid people are.
Shopping, they get mistaken for a store employee, especially if you go to Target with a red shirt on. And Shark will know what I mean. If you wear a red shirt and khaki pants, you look.
Hey, Ralph, we don't have the monopoly on stupid people. I mean, we've got a lot of them here, but we don't have a monopoly on it.
No, true. There's the underdeveloped countries that are probably, I would say ahead of you, but like below you in intelligence.
Was it Albert Einstein who said there's no limit to human stupidity, or words to that effect?
He said something like, for all we know, the universe is infinite and human stupidity. Well, we're not sure about the first one.
Yes, I did crypto. Yeah, I could probably put a link to Dark Fluff channel. Let's have a look.
I think I've seen some of that channel actually, Dark Fluff.
What is that channel before you put a link up?
it's about stories of entitled people and people get mistaken.
Okay.
You know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I promise you, it's nothing nefarious or rude, or it's a YouTube
That's okay.
channel.
That's okay. That's okay.
Or
I
if
promise
it's
you,
nothing
that's it.
nefarious or rude, then
not-
I'm not
gonna
watching
ask.
it.
It's your channel, so it's on you. And if I posted something inappropriate, but I promise you, it's
Yeah,
not
and then I would come and hunt you down.
well, exactly.
I will
You know,
find you.
I sometimes wonder though how many of those videos are real and how many are staged.
Well, that's it. There'll be quite a few fake stories in there, no doubt.
You can usually tell if something is staged or acted. Ian's last video, for instance, when he met that gym guy, that first part seemed very acted.
Yeah, like he just walks around and there he is.
Yeah, don't mind though. Was nice, but yeah.
A bit of fun.
Hey, I got to tell you, I have started watching this channel, and this is just hilarious. This lady, her shtick is that she's an HR representative for the Empire, and so you could just imagine HR scenes on the Death Star, you know, where people where you know, and she has you know she's in the Imperial uniform, not stormtrooper, but the Imperial officer uniform, and like somebody will show up in the uniform for the person that fires the big planet destroying laser cannon, you know, and they come in and they say, you know, yeah, we want to offer a complaint, you know, we need a safety rail, you know, at the Death Star cannon, you know, and then she sits there, typical HR, you know. Yeah. We tried that already. We couldn't afford it. Quit complaining and get back to work. I mean, it's just hilarious the stuff she comes up with. It's so entertaining. She does such a good job with it. If you're into Star Wars, you can't help but
Even
laugh.
better, yeah. I think I've seen some of that as well.
So, have you finished your shed, Ralph? Everything done in it now that you're able to cast again now?
Just about. I'm going to do another scrapyard run probably next weekend and get rid of some shred and probably some aluminium, and that'll get a lot of volume gone again, and then I will probably be able to set up my little electric furnace on my newly built bench to do some casting, and finally continue on some projects that I have had laying around for probably over a year.
Yeah, because you were saying on it was what you call it,
on Rafael's probably.
No, you were on in the chat in Everyday Solid, and you were saying you were editing your video. I said, we'll have a video.
Yeah.
And I was searching for it today, and I looked. I said, Ralph hasn't done a video in 5 months.
Indeed. I was surprised as well. Time flies when you throw a watch.
I was shocked. It was 5 months ago. Was your last video?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And I do have a lot of dumpster diving footage, so I could probably edit another dumpster diving compilation. But I didn't want to just have a dumpster diving compilation and another one, and another one, and another one. I also had filmed an unboxing video of another collector's edition video game, but also had 2 of those. If I start uploading only once, people are going to walk away thinking this guy doesn't do any casting anymore. So I'm going to try to get like every time gets then a casting video, then maybe a dumpster diving, then maybe something scrapping, then maybe a video game related thing, and just try to keep a flow in there. But unfortunately, the flow ended when I wasn't able to cast anymore.
Yeah. As I was saying, 5 months ago. So your average would be 2.5 videos a year.
Yes, that's way low. So I'm gonna have to try to play some catch up during this summer.
Yeah, but your numbers are okay for that too. You've got
and weirdly enough, I'm averaging a subscriber every 2 days. So while I haven't putting up any content, so there's still people finding me.
Well, if you start putting up more and more casting content, I'd say you'll see your subscriber count really going up.
Yeah. That was the plan at some point, yes.
We all have plans, but other things come in the way.
Yes, I do. When I drive around and I see a dumpster and there's all kinds of stuff in there, and I drive by and I'm like, "Ooh, what's that?" And then no, not taking it. No.
I drove by the other day, and I seen a washing machine thrown outside of someone's house, and I was here. Will I stop and put it in the car? I almost did, and I said no. And then I said, will I cut the cord off it? And of course I did.
Yes, that's what I came across a fridge that was turned to the side, and the back side was facing me, so I saw it, and I said, there's a cord on that. I walked over there and I snipped it off, and then I walked around the thing, and there was a label on it that said "working fridge for free." No longer working again because here's the cord. Yeah, the thing was disgusting though, so I doubt anyone was going to pick the thing up.
Yeah, no, this
And
one
it was really old.
definitely a broken. This was definitely a broken washing machine because the door was hanging off it. So, because first I was walking over to it, I said, right, I'm going to make sure this isn't one that someone has just given to someone else to collect to bring to their house or something. So the door was hanging off of the where you put the detergent in was missing. So I said, no, this is definitely not going to be used again. So I just cut the cord off.
Yeah.
There's a word for that. Donald did.
Donald
To put it nicely.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. But I'm like Shark now. I just cut the cords off stuff. I don't take it home with me. Yeah, cut away.
Unless it's something really easy. When I'm at work and I have my toolbox with me, I sometimes just unscrew the back of like a washing machine, and just snip all the cords and take out the circuit board. And in some cases, if I know that the motor that's in there is actual copper, I'll just get my wrench and get the two bolts out and just take the whole motor. But these days, many are Chinesium, aluminium, and it's not really worth the time to do that. Unless I could just take them from the scrap bin when I'm at the big warehouse where I sometimes work.
Are you still taking home boards from there?
Yeah, boards and wires and motors. I stopped taking the little drain pump motors, which are completely encased in plastic, because the last time I had a lot of them in my copper bearing motor file, and they said, "Oh, those are mostly plastic. You're gonna get breakage price, which was 40 cents a kilogram instead of the 75 cents that the electric motors go for." So I was like, "Dang it." So I'm not taking those anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Create, upload video. Now I have to make sure I click the right one.
As soon as I edit it, I just get it uploaded and just schedule it for.
Yeah, well, I updated. I said my video is uploaded now.
So
it says it's
I've
fully
got
uploaded.
content right up until the beginning of August.
Yeah.
I don't have that much content, unfortunately. I don't have that much finished editing. I mean, I've been editing this thing for about 2 days. The first edit run took forever.
Well, my editing's really quick. It's just put a clip on timeline, sort of chop end off, cut off end before I start talking, because obviously you press the button to record, and a second or so before you actually start talking. So just trim ends at clip, and that's how I edit most of my stuff. Get it done quite quickly, because I do shoot most scenes in a single take.
Yeah, no, since I got the new PC, the editing is way quicker. I'm using the same software. It's just that the old laptop just wasn't able to handle it.
Makes a big
When I did the first editing run and I have it compiled, it was a 45-minute video, and that usually takes longer than the video actually is to render, to compile.
Yeah,
I would say for a 45-minute video, it would take an hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour and 20, depending on how many edits I have in there. And for this video, with my new PC, it was done in like 10 minutes. I was like, what?
Yeah, like a 20.
No, we definitely
My,
got
my,
that one.
my video that I've done today, the one I edited today, is I think it's 21 minutes, and it took for to render it, and it had music edited in it and stuff like that. So there was a good bit of done added to it. So it only took I think it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds to render it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, such a difference. Where the old one used to be, if it was a 20-minute video, it was 50 minutes it used to take.
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing what just a newer addition to the processor and the graphics
Yeah.
card
Yeah, more
and
powerful
stuff can do to
processor
speed
and
things
extra
up.
RAM.
It's mostly the CPU and the RAM. The graphics card doesn't really do much for video editing, though. But it does help when 3D rendering.
K&D Rappin said a 6-minute video here to upload takes about 3 hours. I presume you meant to say there. It takes about 3 hours. Dial up.
That's so 20th
Well, that
century.
sucks.
And do you not have a phone data on your phone? And can you not hotspot that and upload it quicker?
Yeah,
Because
that'd be quick.
again, my data phone, my phone speeds on my phone is quicker than
I
my
need to make thumbnails as well.
than my broadband is. So I just turn on the hotspot on my phone and use that to upload my videos because it does it quicker.
Yeah. That's all well
Yeah.
if you've got unlimited data on your phone, you can do that. But
Yeah, I have unlimited data, so
yes, I do.
I don't think they do unlimited data over here. I have
Yeah,
unlimited
I have
everything
30
on my
gigs, but
phone.
I do everything on my PC.
yeah, no, they have unlimited data here on your phones if you sign up to that
Yeah, it
package.
depends on your plan you have and what you
Yeah.
provide.
Yeah,
with.
you
And
probably
again,
pay a lot for those unlimited ones.
Yeah, and again they say
$1,000 a month.
unlimited. Yeah, but they say unlimited, but within reason. They say so. Like if you were every month you were doing like 1,000 gigs, I'm sure they would say, "Hold on, that's not reasonable use." Yeah.
I've also found that sometimes loading, when you're uploading to YouTube, it depends on when you're uploading the video too. Sometimes the YouTube servers themselves, have too much coming in and it'll slow down a little bit. So there's some of my videos that I'll go to upload them and it seems like as soon as I push upload, it says, it's done. And then there's other times where it'll say, 17 more minutes left, 32 more minutes left, so for the same length video. So
Yeah.
there's also the servers on the other end being able to choke it down.
That's the data centers in Ireland causing that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about YouTube.
It's
Now
what they
the
call
data's
the
still
Microsoft Minute. They call that, I think.
So
Oh,
Irish
no,
can tell when there's too many videos being uploaded to YouTube because its lights start to flicker.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have any? I need to take some screenshots of me pouring.
I got a bunch of iSeries that I should be sorting. Darn it.
Darn it. I found a few processors in computers I was taking apart today. I found a few i5s and i3s, but they're old ones. So, but again, I couldn't sell them here. Oh, no good.
Yeah, I brought a bunch of them back to
a fifth generation i5.
packaged and
Parky, you have to learn when someone is speaking, wait your turn. You to keep jumping in. Shark, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying that I had noticed that I had quite a few of them stacked up, and so I brought a box of them back to sort and get sold to board sort, and they're still sitting in the back seat of the truck.
You better send them in because they're going down. I'd be disappointed.
In just when we're on about data centers there, I just had another thing. Look here, in 2021, Ireland had 70 data centers using 900 megawatts of power, and under construction with 250 more. And there's another couple under construction. How many? 8 more under construction, which will use another 250 megawatt of power. So Ireland should have what that was 70 plus 8, 78 data centers in Ireland, and Ireland is only a small country. So imagine the heat that's been generated out of them. No wonder we're so hot here today.
I have created a capacitor that uses 1.21 gigawatts.
Ooh.
What?
It's a flux capacitor.
I saw that one coming.
Hey, Irish, pretty soon you're going to have windmills stretched all the way across the Atlantic Ocean.
I know. Well, they're building them in the Irish Sea. So between Ireland and England, there's a lot of windmills. If you travel the Irish Sea on a boat, you'll see them out in the sea. Yeah.
I'll send you a booster, Rob.
Oh, cool.
I'll send you the booster.
That's what we need.
That looks like some sort of a valve.
That looks like that thing that the robot has on his head in Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson, danger! Lost in Space.
Oh, one on the Forbidden Planet, Robbie the robot.
I guess, yeah.
I wanted to smash it, but I'm waiting for Ian to get on a panel so I can do it.
Oh,
Ian isn't coming up tonight because he was at a barbecue, and he's when there was free drink, Ian would have
Right.
would have taken a bit extra.
Oh, he might have ended up falling over like he did on his live stream.
Hey, Ike, welcome in. Sorry, I didn't see you coming in there. Sir?
Ian's the kind of guy that'll show up at one of those parties with a couple of empty bottles in his jacket that he can, pour the drinks into the empty bottles to take home.
Do you not remember the day he went to the racehorse and he was in the
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Plutonium. No, I'm actually I've all the MLCCs that I've collected. I'm taking the palladium out of those, and I'm building an arc reactor. Don't need any plutonium.
Is it going to be Mr. Fusion?
Yes, the arc reactor is going to work together with Mr. Fusion. And,
All right, so Ralph, are you saying you don't need this antimatter that I've been building up for you?
No, I can make that myself. I have enough matter here. If I just split that, it will turn into like antimatter. Oh no, me. I have a lot of nothing, which I can split into matter and antimatter. That's how that works. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I started out with.
All right. Well, I guess it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No, true.
Sorry, I was just looking at something there. Don't all talk at the same time, anyhow.
Yeah.
A minute ago, I was telling Parky and them not to be talking. Now I'm telling you to talk.
David is asking all kinds of questions. Oh, what's going on the Irish stream? Come over, dude.
David is busy.
I'm not sure, Hannah.
I got David, a friend now from YouTube. Actually, he sent me a friend, not you, on Facebook. He sent me a friend request during the week there. So now I know who David is.
You know, those
I started out with nothing. I have most of it left.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I used to work at a company that would have, the Christmas party was always a huge deal with with high-end food and all an open bar. And I mean, these were serious. This was good food too. It wasn't rubber chicken crap.
Rubber chicken.
and real bar drinks and everything. And I remember when we got bought out by the Norwegians, they would always show up for the Christmas party. And man, boy, howdy, Norwegians can drink. I think the Christmas party got 2 times as expensive as it used to be when the Norwegians started showing up for the Christmas party. But we got to the point where we started having to also pay for taxis and buses so that we didn't have to worry about employees driving home after the party.
I like that comment. This speed is like city employees. One guy working, which is Mike, and the rest of us just watching.
It may look like I'm not doing anything, but I'm actually working on a thumbnail for the video that I'm uploading.
Oh yeah. That's what
What are you
the
using
city
thumbnails
employees would say
now?
too.
Yeah, they're on their phone. Yeah, I'm actually looking over schematics and catching Pokemon.
What are you talking about? I'm the safety observer.
Oh yeah. There, and now my video is uploaded. That was pretty quick for a half-an-hour video in full HD.
Do you upload in full HD, do you?
Yeah. I don't see the point in going higher, but I think I started out in 720p, and at some point YouTube got rid of the little HD logo on 720. It used to say HD 720, but they got rid of the HD, and now only HD's at 1080. So now it's not that reason, but it just everything films in 1080 on my phone, so the easier and less compression needed and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you might as well go with 1080 these days.
yeah, it's a standard that's been around for 20 years ish. So why not?
Yeah. No, mine uploads in 1080 as well, because it's the same thing again. Like the software does it in 1080 when you're exporting it out. The software does it at the 1080. So just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Is in our antimatters. We don't mind.
Right. Oh no, I need a thumbnail template. Where are those?
How much copper has Mike on tonight? I wonder now. Did he weigh it?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Less than too much.
Oh shit! I'll tell you in a minute. This thing's heavy.
It looks heavy.
Metal casting. Is this a new one or an old one?
It weighs a pound.
How many pounds?
The bucket only weighs a pound.
Okay.
So there's 37 pounds of copper in this little bucket.
Number 2 copper. What's number 2 copper paying at the moment?
$2.75.
Over here, it's I think $6.50 a kilogram.
Excuse my language. Fuck you, Ralph.
I love you too, Mike.
Yeah.
So it's about 20.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's not doing good here.
So 20.5 kilos. And what are you getting, Ralph, per kilo?
I think it was $6.50 a kilogram for number 2.
That's over 120 euro in that bucket.
No,
I think I have close to 100 kilograms to take in pretty soon, so I'll be good.
38 pounds? Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said 37.
No, it'll be less than 20 kilos. I'm getting my numbers wrong.
$101.75 in that little bucket. So I made $100 today. I'll see y'all later. I'm out.
No, it's just over.
It's not bad if you can do that every day.
I could do it every day, Ralph, if I was motivated. I just ain't motivated anymore.
And why can't you stay motivated, Mike?
Because I'm old and I'm getting old and fat like Shark. I can't even lift my arms like that. My shoulders won't allow it.
Wow.
It's terrible.
That's also
All right, David is on vacation. That's right. That's why he's not around.
Well, tell him we said hi.
No.
Enjoy.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17 more to do here. And all those totes right there, those all have them in it. That tote has them. That bucket has it. That barrel back there has it. There's a garbage can outside that has them. So I get it all for free.
I was going to say, have you any e-waste pickups to do this week coming?
No. You know what my computers are? Those on the
Where?
shelf. and these right behind me. That's it.
That's all you've left.
That's all I have. And I picked that little pile behind me up at the scrapyard the other day.
Ooh.
Just ain't coming in, so that's why I'm doing motors. Doing motors instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, see,
it's so-
simple. Oh no, not what's called. Who told you to do motors?
That
Red. Yeah.
big red,
Red. Yeah.
Canadian,
yeah.
big red piece of Canadian
Yeah.
crap. Oh, don't do the big ones. I did a big one just for the hell of it. Just to
That's
see.
my YouTube husband. Who's your YouTube husband? That's what Crypto said. That's my YouTube husband. Who's your YouTube?
David Young is her YouTube husband.
All right.
And
When-
whenever I mention crypto to David, he gets all jealous. And the funny thing is that Desert Scrapper got kind of into a Little Pumpkin, and Desert Scrapper said she is my YouTube wife, and David is Desert Scrapper didn't know that Crypto and Little Pumpkin were the same, and Crypto didn't know that David and Desert Scrapper were the same.
Multiple alter egos.
You know what that's called here in America?
A Jerry Springer episode.
Excuse my language. That's called a clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck.
I was going to say, his brown bread is old Jerry.
Jerry Springer, yeah. Jerry
So-
Springer.
This joke may not translate to some of my European friends, but I didn't realize that Crypto was from West Virginia.
Could Crypto really be Get Her Done Granny?
Now that would be a turn of events.
Well, they don't look alike.
How is Greta done, Granny? I haven't seen her in
Yeah.
a while.
I haven't heard from her in a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her a call. I'm gonna give her a call this week.
Yeah, it depends. When you don't hear from someone for a while, you kind of forget about them. You know, it's
And then all of a
it's
sudden you
terrible
worry
to
about
say,
them.
but it's just the way it goes. If someone hasn't been around in a while, and you know, especially if you only met them through YouTube, then all of a sudden it's just that someone mentions their name and then it pops into your head. Oh yeah, I haven't seen them in a while.
Now, me and Granny used to talk every day. Text each
Yeah.
other. But I know she had a lot going on between house situation and husband's health and her bratty ass kids and all that shit. So she's got a plate full. I don't like to bug her, but
Pumpkin wanted to be your wife.
Yeah, that's what I told. That's what I told him. I said, "Well, the pumpkin is mine. The pumpkin is mine for the stuffing."
every time
Oh, Jesus.
every time I see Crypto, my rags turn out like this.
Oh, God.
I think you better call a doctor if that's what it looks like.
Well, I use the same rag for a long time. I don't, why wash it?
Okay. Well, if I do that, mine don't turn metallic gray.
Well, it's actually white. It's the camera makes it look gray. It is
Oh,
white.
okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, but see, Ralph, I get this whole other side yet.
All right.
I'm good. I'm good for about 6 more months.
Yours is still see-through. Mine aren't anymore.
Ralph, you know what happens when I get a hole in this?
Oh,
Party.
my God. Oh, talk about bringing into the gutter. And we didn't even
You see what you started, Crypto? It's all your fault.
You don't care.
Of course, blame the women.
Crypto don't care.
Well, I blame Mike, but he would take it as a compliment.
So, Sharky, what's the plan for the week? Because it's coming at that time of the evening.
I got a video that I'm working on right now for a computer that I picked up that is back in the world of dirty, nasty computers.
Oh, so have you got rats nesting in it or something? No.
Yeah, it's a winner, that's for sure. It's gonna be another, just typical busy week of pickups and scrapping and trying to just keep up. Oh, and the Mighty Sharkmobile has to go into the shop this week. I've got to get that tail light fixed, and I need to get the brakes checked and do some routine maintenance on it. So, fortunately, my repairman has a shuttle service, so I'll take the Sharkmobile in, and then his shuttle driver will take me back to the shark cage. and I can still work while I'm waiting for them to get done with the truck.
And when
And
he
they'll
comes
come-
in and pick you up again and bring you
Yeah.
back here. Okay.
Yeah, then they'll come get me again. So
Oh, that's cool. So, and what else? Any other plan for the week? No, that's it.
well, the usual stuff. Got the Patreon. The patrons will get their video Wednesday, and then we'll do another live on Sunday. So yeah, it's just another busy week in Northeast Florida. Probably do a lot of sweating too. It's going to be a warm week.
Cool. But you're used to it, you see. As I said, it's not unusual for you to have that.
Yeah, but I still sweat a lot.
Have you not adapted to the weather yet?
I'm back to drinking a gallon of water, a day while I'm in the shop, and not, and not peeing at all because I just sweat it out so fast.
So that's it. Park Nest, what's your plan for the week?
Well, I'll be working as usual, the usual Monday to Friday. But on Friday, I got another Toyota video. I haven't done one for ages.
Okay.
It's been mostly the Mercedes. Yeah, it'll be
So what time is that on Friday?
6 p.m. UK time, which is, it's British summertime.
Okay.
So
That's
6
it?
PM
One video? One
Okay.
video this week?
Yeah, just one video, yeah. I mean, I've got loads of content up till beginning of August, but I'm just releasing one video a week.
Okay. That's sound. Ralph?
Well, I'm gonna have a video up hopefully within an hour, and that'll be it. Yeah.
That'll be the next collection.
Okay. And
that-
then in
that'll
5
be it.
months' time, we'll have another video, is it?
Before 5 months' time, yes. Yes, I can guarantee that it will be before 5 months' time. Yes.
Okay. And have you any? Are you going? Did you say you were going to? Did you say you were going to the scrapyard this week or something?
I will probably go next weekend, or during the week if I get off work early, and make some space. Don't make a lot of money, but make some space.
And are you still in Belgium working at the moment? Are you?
No, that's the good part. Starting tomorrow, I'm back and working in the Netherlands.
Okay.
So
no
less travel time, and less stupid people. Yeah.
Karens and Evans and stuff.
You are so politically correct. It's unbelievable
Yes.
how politically
Well,
correct you are.
Belgium isn't really a country. It's more of a compilation
Here we
of.
go. He's about to insult every Belgium in the world. Here we go. Go for it. Ralph.
It's more like a bundle together big mess of unfortunate events and unarrangements, stuff that's just. I had a very good term for it in Dutch, but it doesn't translate really to English. There's a part that speaks some weird form of Dutch, which is called Flemish. There's a part that speaks German. There's a part that speaks French. None of them can get along, and Belgium holds the record for a country that was operating without a working government for the longest in the world. I think they had 27 months of no functioning government. So yeah. And nobody noticed because there was no difference from when there was actually a functioning government.
So
As soon as you cross the border, you drive. There's a pothole in the road because they don't have road tax over there. It's just. I feel like traveling back in time when I go that way. Everything looks old and dilapidated.
How do you really feel, Ralph?
Yeah, how do you tell us how you really feel about the Belgian people?
Don't hold it back, buddy.
I've met some nice women there.
Yeah, but they're done. They're done, though.
Yes. Some of them, yeah.
Belgium
Belgium has a king, I think. Belgium has a king. The
King
Netherlands
Ralph.
also has a king, but yeah.
I was going to say, Mike,
I'm not saying that he's very intelligent, but yeah.
Wow.
Sounds
Mike?
like another king
Well,
I mentioned. Right.
We have King Mike.
I'm in need of the bathroom. I'll be back for private bit.
Canada had a non-functioning prime minister for 8 years. Well, he was actually appointed, and there was actually a structure to it. The fact that he didn't do much, I can't really tell, but they officially had a non-viable, non-working system in place. So there was nobody making any decisions on things. They just
Anyhow, I'm going to get
let
on to
the
Mike.
thing run. Yeah,
Mike,
go on.
Mike,
I'm going back to editing.
I got a hole in my glove.
Uh-oh.
What's your plan for the week, Mike?
Get a new pair of gloves. Oh wait, I have no plan. I got my gloves. I don't know. I'm probably gonna work on these 1,000 pounds of motors I got. Finish these up. I no longer work for the man, so I have time.
Yes, you're a free man now again.
Yeah, Friday was my last day, and I got to find some power cords for this little mini computer that I got. I got to find some. That's actually the screen.
That's
That's
a screen.
Yeah, it's a screen. I had one of these once before, and I scrapped it, but this one here is in pretty good shape for the shape it's in. It actually came in my scrapyard pallet, so I just got to get a cord. I have all the other crap for it, but yeah, it's actually I don't know if you can. It says mini PC right on it. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I'll do a shark here.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when you pulled it out in your video. That's cool.
That right there, that silver thing behind it, that's actually the hard drive right there. So, see
What
if
size
it's,
hard drive is that?
Oh, is that one of those media box thingamajiggers?
it's a computer, Ralph. Pay attention.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's a mini computer. Most people
Alto-
over here use
called it
them as a
Alto-
media box.
Yeah, it's called an Alto 3, ALTO 3.
Yeah, I think I've seen those.
So,
So that's your week. You're going to scrap out some motors, and
probably
that's about
strap
it.
out the motors and go through all these buckets and crap. And I have to go get some more barrels Monday. So,
Hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, did you get that generator yet?
No, I got to go do that too. I'm waiting for the weather to cool down before I go out there and do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's supposed to be a little cooler this week coming up. So, I'll go out there. And they were redoing all the parking lots there, so they had everything all screwed up. You couldn't get in, or without going way out of your way to do anything. Because I can actually, where the generator is, there's a preschool, so I have to kind of like park at the parking or the playground of the preschool, walk through the playground, go through another gate, and then walk probably another 20 feet, go through another gate, and then the generator is like right underneath the deck. But I can't, I got to take my buddy with me, and his brother wants to help, and those two are like a married couple. All they do is argue and swear at each other. And I told him, I said, dude, the owner's office is directly above this generator. You can't be over there motherfucking and all this shit. I said, it's not going to work. No, we'll be cool. So, and then I got to go and take care of my new kids. So, got a lot going on. I went and bought them damn groundhogs a head of lettuce.
Did they appreciate it?
Oh, yeah. They were out there this
Oh,
morning.
crap.
They were out there for a long time last night. And then this morning when I looked out, they were all out there just munching away. So, but scrap hogs, scrap it. I didn't even see the second one when I was doing the video until, Mama moved. And I was like, well, I'll be damned. You know what? I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
She was pupping.
She was doing something. Oh, God bless her.
Hey, Mike. It just occurred to me though. How are you going to be able to scrap that generator if there's a preschool right there? I thought you had a restraining order against you being around children.
Oh, I can go through the building with it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't have to go by or I can go out the other way. There's another gate I can go out too. So,
Okay,
or I can do it on the weekend. So what I might do is just go in and take it all apart, because I can go through to the main athletic club. I can go through the club itself and down to the back hallways and go out and do that. And then on the weekend, when the kids ain't there, I can go and load it up. I got a plan. Kind of disappointed, but oh well. Fucking shark just puts my business out there. That's all right.
Oh man, Ralph and Pumpkin need a little time alone.
Yeah,
Yes. If only.
Irish froze, so
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's probably pop off in a moment and then come back on.
I wonder if we could swear like God. He won't fucking know.
So I'll substitute. So Parky, what do you got going this week?
We've been through this already.
Oh, we really? Yeah.
I've got,
We've
I've got
already
to do it
been
all
through
over
it.
again.
And
Right,
he's gone.
okay, so, oh, the host is gone. So what we're going to do?
Well, that's pretty fucking rude.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Well, since he's gone, you're in charge, Sharky. So, yeah, well, I'm working through the week as normal, Monday to Friday, and I've got a Toyota Celica video coming out on Friday. And then I never said what was in the video the first time round. This is I'm actually fitting a fuel pump that actually fits, because I did change a fuel pump once, because that was a big problem with me, lack of power. When I was driving it around block, there was no power, and the problem was a fuel pump. So I managed to find a fuel pump, but it didn't fit right. And then recently I found one that was an exact fit, an exact swap. So I've got a fuel pump that fits in the tank, but now I've got a crank no start on the car, which was there before I changed the fuel pump, because I did try to start it before.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. My internet
Welcome
went
back.
down. So my internet went
Weird.
down. So sorry about that, guys. So I got into the broadcast now before it goes again. Thanks to everyone that was in. Video will be out on Thursday. And Ralph, because I have to use my mobile data. I switch on my mobile data. 'Cause
okay.
that went down. So I'm using my phone to do the internet at the moment. So that's the second time tonight. We went down during Sharks as well. So we're having internet issues over here. So anyhow, guys, thanks as always. Really appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the like, please do. And Ralph, you get the last word.
Scrap you all later.
Oh, you don't get the last word. You can do it again in a second. I'm putting a link in there for Ian Matthews' new video. It just came out there. So I've seen it's up.
Okay.
So that's the link for Ian Matthews' video. And now, Ralph, say it again.
Scrap you all later.
Bye-bye, guys.